Madam President, I have the honor to report that there are here assembled the candidates for graduation, the faculty of York College, honorees, and our distinguished guests to participate in the 44th commencement exercises of York College of the City University of New York.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you, Ms. Pierre. Members of the School of Business and Information Systems graduating class of 2014, honorees, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, I am pleased to introduce the president of York College, Dr. Marcia Kiss.
Thank you, Dean Ntoko. Good afternoon, good evening, everyone, and please all be seated. So, here we are. It's the 5 o'clock hour on May 30th, and it is your commencement exercise. And you join, yes, come on, absolutely, absolutely. And you in the School of Business join the students in the School of Arts and Sciences and the students in the School of Health and Behavioral Sciences to make up 1,070 graduates this year, the largest class ever. So, graduating class of 2014. Our distinguished platform guests, our returning alumni, our faculty members, some on the stage and some in the audience, members of the university community, our honorable legislators, our parents, family members, and of course, most of all, you, the 2014 graduates of the School of Business and Information Systems, good evening and welcome. Graduates, we commend you for reaching this milestone in your academic career. You made a commitment, you worked hard, you sacrificed much to earn the degree that you will receive today. Of course, we know you did not do it alone. Yes, you were a key player in this event, but you did not do it alone. Certainly, the road would have been rougher, the path more difficult, had you not had the help of caring support of your mothers, your fathers, your husbands, your wives, your partners, your significant others, your children, your family, and your friends. Yes, Family and friends in the back of the audience and on the sides, could you just stand up so we can see you and applaud you? Yes? Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you, family and friends. Of course, our students know, those of you here today, those of you here this evening know that this journey would not happen without the guidance, the outstanding instruction from our world-class faculty here at York, our committed counselors, our caring staff. Faculty who are in the house, staff who are in the house, would you stand so our graduates can applaud you as we look at you? We also, of course, have some alumni present, and you, after today, will join that group. In fact, on this day, we were delighted to have at earlier sessions reunion classes of 1974, 1979, 1984, 89, and 94. And many of them have gone home already because they attended the first graduation exercise this morning, but we really want to continue to thank them for staying so close to their alma mater. I'm happy that City University of New York trustee Mohammed Arshad, you will hear from him later, is here with us. I'm also delighted to welcome Vice Chancellor Matthew Sapienza, a real friend of York's. I'm delighted also to welcome our keynote speaker, JetBlue President Robin Hayes, and I must acknowledge a very special friend of York's who is in the house, and you will hear from him later, our own U.S. Public Representative to the Congress, Gregory Meeks. He's such a friend of York's. He's been very supportive of us all along. It's so good, because I know many times you are in Washington, but this time you're home and you've joined us today. We're really delighted to have you with us. As I look out at the School of Business and Information Systems graduates, resplendent in caps and gowns, my heart is warmed by the beauty of it all. Because, of course, I appreciate the work that you did to get to this day. And who are you, the class of 2014? As I said before, the whole class is numbered at 1070. That's the biggest number in our history. And among you in this class, today you will hear from the student who is graduating the top of the class in your cohort in the business school, Katarina Katz, who is a senior majoring in accounting and is graduating past the CPA exams, yes. And she's already accepted a fine offer in the financial industry. She's worked in the Vita program. Some of you have done that also. It's really wonderful to have you. Congratulations. We will hear from her later. And our class today comes from 75 different countries, from A to Z, starting with Afghanistan, ending in Zimbabwe, including Bangladesh, Colombia, Dominican Republic, Ecuador, Guyana, Haiti, Honduras, one of my favorite countries, Jamaica. Because, you know, part of my story is, some of you know I'm Jamaican, meaning the island, right? So a part of my story is from Kingston, Jamaica to Jamaica, Queens. That's my story. So, India, Nigeria, Pakistan, Russia, the United States of America, and as we know, at York, we have become one. We represent 50 different languages, and our former Mayor Dinkins had a phrase he used to use. He said that New York and you, the class, represented by so many countries and so many languages, he liked to call you a part of the gorgeous mosaic that is New York City. And I'm going to steal his language and say that you are a part of the gorgeous mosaic that is York College. When former U.S. Secretary of Commerce Carlos Gutierrez visited us in 2007, I know, Congressman, you remember that because you brought him here. He noted to our students then, he said, your comfort with diversity could be your advantage in the future. And I say that to you. In this school, we have students majoring in business, in finance, in accounting, in aviation, in human resources, in information systems, and much more. We know that some of you, like Deandra Thompson and Sunday Adebayo, and a recent aviation major, Denzel Chung, okay, very good. You're currently working already for JetBlue at JFK Airport. You all represent interesting fields. After years of sacrifice, students, and study, you are today proud, you are to be today, by the end of the ceremony, proud graduates of York College. Your families and your early teachers prepared you well for York College, and we believe that York College has prepared you for the world. You dared to dream. You fulfilled your dream of the college degree. We want to congratulate this class of 2014. We want you to bask in this moment. Congratulations, we say to you. We say to you, class of 2014, go out and do good things. Congratulations.
Thank you, President Keys. Another round of applause. Now it's my pleasure to introduce our commencement speaker, Mr. Robin Hayes. Mr. Hayes has been president of JetBlue Airways Corporation since January 1 of 2014. He served as the Chief Commercial Officer and Executive Vice President of JetBlue Airways Corporation since August of 2008. Mr. Hayes served as an Executive Vice President of the Americas at British Airways and served in a number of operational and commercial positions in the UK and Germany. He has experience in running British Airways leisure department, including their British Airways holiday package product to JetBlue. He joined JetBlue in August of 2008 after 19 years with British Airways on the front line, assisting customers in Glasgow, Scotland. Throughout his career with British Airways, he held positions of increasing responsibility in both the operational and commercial divisions. I also need to add that JetBlue has been a very, very strong corporate partner of the School of Business and Information Systems, particularly in their support of the aviation management program. They have provided internships for our students. Is Denzel Chung here? That's your boss. The staff at JetBlue have been very, very generous in their time in visiting classes at York College and providing seminars for our students. They have also provided flight tickets for our students to go to conferences. And they gave us a grant to develop the flight dispatch program. So JetBlue has been a very, very good friend of the School of Business and Information Systems. Now I'd like you to join me in giving a strong York College welcome to Mr. Robin Hayes.
Okay, good afternoon. Having a nice time, slightly cooler and more manageable than last year, don't you think? Anyway, thank you, President Keyes, very much for the invite to speak to you. I have not worn one of these for 25 years, so I'm still getting used to it, but it's a real honor for me to be here to speak at such an important day in your lives. And my sincerest congratulations to each and every one of you, the class of 2014, who's graduating today. Please, one more round of applause. Now, it was a long time ago, but I know that you have been through years, right, of blood, sweat, and tears. I'm sure many late nights and nail-biting moments, but the most important thing is you're here today to share in the success with your fellow students, your friends and families, and the loved ones who have supported you through the last few years. You know, I still remember my mum and dad confiding in me that it was a small miracle that I ever graduated, as they lived every high and every low, in my case, mainly lows, with me. You know, I didn't understand at the time, but I do as a parent now. It's true that when one of your kids does well on a test, it's like you've done well too. By the same token, when they don't do so well, as a parent, it's easy to take that personally. So, in addition to the students, if I may, I'd like to acknowledge all the friends and family members here today, because they have lived every bump in the road with you, however large, however small. So please, a round of applause for all of the parents and families. Now, sometimes I know it's easy for us to take for granted that the support that our moms and dads, grandparents, aunts and uncles offer. And sometimes we miss the opportunity to give them a simple thank you. So please, don't leave here today without giving them an opportunity to get a picture, or as it's called now, a selfie with you. I got to tell you, I put picture in and I gave it to someone who's a little bit younger than me to read, and they said, you know, you've got to change that photo thing. It's called a selfie. So you never stop learning. Anyway, you know, when you get a chance to speak at an event like this, it's a great honor and it's very special, and it's really an opportunity perhaps to pass on a few words of advice to some young men and women about to embark on a new career, a new world of opportunity. So, of course, my first thought was to persuade you to follow a career in the same area as me. You know, my passion is aviation. I graduated as an electrical engineer. I wasn't very good at it, but I graduated. And I followed a career outside of aviation for actually a whole year before I realized I was doing something I didn't really enjoy. And so 12 months in, guess what I did? I walked out of that job and I decided I wanted to join an airline. I wanted to follow my dream. And it turns out that quitting the job was the best decision I ever made. Now, I know many of you here have been studying hard to follow your own passion for aviation. And in fact, as has already been mentioned, there's a strong bond of friendship between JetBlue and the Aviation Institute here at York College. In fact, we recently granted some funds from our JetBlue Foundation to help develop an FAA-approved aircraft dispatcher program right here at York College. And I'm going to ask for a show of hands here amongst the class of 2014, but we also took a number of York College students with us down to the Sun and Fun fly-in near Orlando to promote STEM education and aviation. Anyone got a chance to go on that? A couple of you. Maybe some more next year. You've got to get some more time off from your teachers, honestly, come on. We are fortunate to have a number of York College graduates already working for us at JetBlue, and they are doing some amazing things. And we hope to add many more, many of you, as we continue to grow and spread our wings right here in our hometown of New York City. Now, he's already become a bit of a celebrity, but I'm going to ask my fellow crew member, Denzel Chung, to stand up again. Come on, get up. Now, what he doesn't know is we're about to do his performance review right here. Good to see you, Denzel. You can sit down now. Thank you very much. Anyway, I go back 15 years. The US airline industry was broken and it was bankrupt. Flying was the pits, poor service, unhappy employees, and these employees were getting fired in increasing numbers. Airlines that were unprofitable, airlines like Pan Am and TWA that have disappeared, and frankly, a dubious safety record. That was this industry 15 years ago. A group of visionaries came together right here in New York, and they decided they wanted to create a different type of airline, an airline that would change everything. And that airline became known as JetBlue. Now, these weren't a bunch of Ivy League wonder kids. In fact, some of them hadn't even been to college. They were ordinary people who had a dream and had a passion. So they set up base right here in New York at the DoubleTree Hotel. Anyone know that one? Over in Times Square. And they got to work on their business plan. Their aim was to bring humanity back to air travel. And do you know the first thing they did? It wasn't developing a route network or a strategy. It wasn't even a presentation to the banks to raise money. And it wasn't even the name. Back then, JetBlue was called New Air. That was not very imaginative. All of those things would come later. The first thing they did was to create a set of values. 5 values that would become deeply rooted in the whole way the airline would operate. Now, these values, which every crew member can recite in his or her sleep. Right, Denzel? Okay, and the values are, no, I'm kidding, don't worry. Because I don't want you to prove me wrong. Safety, caring, integrity, passion, and fun. That's it. Safety, it needs to be core to what we do. In our business, your reputation is your safety record. Caring, it's a tough industry, and it's important that we look out for each other and we have each other's backs. And by the way, if we take care of each other, our crew members will take care of their customers. Integrity. My definition of integrity is what you do when no one's looking. Passion. You can't be passionate. If you can't be passionate, you won't have fun. And it's every day becomes just watching the clock. And finally, fun, right? Because we spend a lot of time at work and we want to enjoy it. And at JetBlue, we have a lot of fun. Sometimes too much fun. I hope you can find a place like that too. Now, our values define how we want to work as a company, how we treat our customers, but also how we treat each other. Once we had our values in place, it became easier to build our business plan, go and hire the right people, because we knew exactly the sort of company we wanted to be. In fact, even today, every decision we make as a company, we make by looking at it from the perspective of our values. Now, as the class of 2014 head out into the world, I'm going to encourage you to do the same thing. Over the coming years, you're going to have a lot of decisions to make. What sort of job do you want? What kind of company do you want to work for? Where do you want to live? And hell, even who do you want to marry? If you haven't done already, you should think about what your own personal values are. Your values are going to help you to determine your priorities and help you make decisions about the sorts of things you do and don't want to do in both your personal and professional lives. You know, in my job, I get to interview a lot of people for jobs every day. Interviewing and finding the right candidate for a job is the most important responsibility I have. And I always start by asking what a person's values are. Often they misunderstand the question and they say, JetBlue's values? Oh, I've learned those. But I say, politely of course, no, what are your values? If the candidate can't answer the question, they're not going to get the job. Because I am looking for somebody who has a strong sense of what they do, what they stand for, and what they won't stand for. Think about the politician who will say whatever they need to get elected. And then think about the politician who you may not always agree with, but you know is driven by a strong code of what they believe in. Which type of person at the end of the day do you really want watching your back? So why do I ask this question at the beginning of an interview? I don't need to tell you that you're entering the job market at a very competitive time. And I've got news for you. There's always going to be someone smarter, and there's always going to be someone more experienced than you. But what I and other leaders are looking for are individuals who have a strong sense of who they are, what they stand for, and who are willing to stay true to their values. You can train someone to learn a new skill, but you can't train anybody to live a set of values. This has to come from within. In the old days, a company used to build a brand by spending money advertising their product on TV and hoping everyone would believe them. The advent of social media has changed all of that. Now brands are built by our experience with that company, but also what we think of the people that work for that company. Let me give you an example at JetBlue. In the old days, if someone had a bad experience on a flight, they would get home, write a letter a week later, and eventually get a reply. You know, maybe they would mention it to a few people. What happens now with Wi-Fi on the airplanes? They can tweet something immediately to their followers, perhaps thousands of people, and any one of those can retweet it on again. In one fleeting moment, a brand, an image, tenderly nurtured for years, has been damaged. Think for a minute, and I'm sure you can imagine several companies or individuals whose reputations have been lost in a moment of social media madness. So you are joining the economy at an incredible, exciting time. Because I believe the revolution in what companies and organizations need from their employees and potential employees is going to change, and change quickly. Companies and organizations are going to need to ensure their employees are selected because there's a shared set of values and an understanding of the importance of community, more than technical or skills-based excellence. In my experience, individuals deeply rooted in values become citizens and not consumers of the organizations where they work. In other words, it's about what they give and not what they get. At JetBlue, we want citizens, not consumers. We hire for attitude. We don't need the most skilled person in the room. We want the person with the greatest attitude. Skills can be taught, but attitudes can't. And I have to say, in my experience, those candidates with the best attitudes, are those that are firmly rooted in their values. So my tip, if you like, is by understanding this, you can get ahead and create for yourself not just an exciting career, but one where you can actually enjoy what you do and be true to who you are. You truly do have the power to unleash your full potential if you follow your dreams, just like those individuals who founded JetBlue 15 years ago. There's no reason why that can't be you. So over the summer, when you get a moment, finish with all the selfies, I'm going to encourage you to write down 3 to 5 values which represent you, and I'm going to ask you to put them in an envelope. And each time you have a difficult decision to make in your life, whether it's at home or whether it's at work, open the envelope and use what you have written to help you make that decision. You see, values are really the lens that we use to help make a decision, no different from the lens of eyeglasses that we may wear to read. My final thank you today goes to the faculty and staff at York College who have prepared you so well for this journey. They do an incredible job preparing the next generation of leaders who will help propel companies like JetBlue forward with skilled and well-trained employees. Education is such a critical component of the economic engine that powers our country forward. With that, I would like to say it's been a tremendous honor speaking with you today, and once again, my very sincerest best wishes and congratulations to each and every one of you.
Token of appreciation for spending some time with us today. And it reads, presented to Robin Hayes, the distinguished commencement speaker, the School of Business and Information Systems, York College, City University of New York, 44th commencement exercises presented by me, Marcia Keys.
Great, thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you.
On behalf of our students.
Thank you, Mr. Hayes. With us this evening to bring greetings on behalf of the Board of Trustees of the City University of New York is Trustee Mohammed Ashad. Well, Trustee Ashad is a newly minted graduate. He graduated this morning with a master's degree in public service management from the City College Colin Powell School for Civic and Global Leadership. He was elected the 28th chairperson of the University Student Senate for 2013 and 2014. Mr. Ashad began his academic career at LaGuardia Community College, where he served as a student ambassador and president of the Muslim Student Association. At City College, Mr. Ashad was the undergraduate student government senator, executive vice president of undergraduate student government, and chairperson of the Student Election Review Committee. He also served as vice chair for senior college affairs and chairperson of the scholarship committee in the University Student Senate. Please join me in welcoming Trustee Ashad.
United States Congressman Gregory Meeks, New York City Council Member Daniel Miller, President Mercia Keys, Vice Chancellor Matthew Sapienza, Keynote Speaker Robin Hayes, President of JetBlue Airways, our student speaker, members of the faculty, family, friends, and most importantly, you, your college graduating class from School of Business and Information System, class of 2014. My name is Mohammed Arshad, and I'm the student trustee of the City University of New York and chairperson of the University Student Senate. Let me offer my warmest congratulations to the 237 accomplished graduates of the class of 2014 who are marching at this ceremony. Class of 2014, you have overcome many challenges to achieve your goal. Many of you have came from different countries to achieve your goal. Many of you actually had to work during your time at the school. And many of you had to struggle to complete your education. But all of you are here today and you have accomplished your goal. And it is your responsibility now to go back to your community and make sure that you give back to your community and actually work harder in your community. Even if it is as small as mentoring a child, it could be your nephew, your neighbor, and assist your community to make it better. Class of 2014, you could not have done it on your own. And at this point, I would like to applaud all the families and friends of the class of 2014 for your dedication and hard work in assisting the class of 2014 to accomplish their goals. Please join me in applauding. Class of 2014, you should be very proud of your achievement. Indeed, we are very proud of you. We especially thank all the family members in this morning. On behalf of all of us at CUNY, I extend my very best wishes for the bright and productive future. Thank you.
Thank you, Trustee Ashad. Also with us this afternoon to bring greetings on behalf of the City University Interim Chancellor William Kelly is Matthew Sapienza, Vice Chancellor for Budget and Finance. Mr. Sapienza was appointed Vice Chancellor for Budget and Finance in January of 2014. He is responsible for overseeing and managing the finances of CUNY's 24 colleges and professional schools and of the university's central administration, including its investment portfolio. Mr. Sapienza became University Budget Director in October of 2004 and served more recently as Associate Vice Chancellor for Budget and Finance. Before becoming University Budget Director, Mr. Sapienza worked for 11 years at the New York City Department of Education. Mr. Sapienza holds a BBA in Finance from Pace University, Lublin School of Business, and an MBA in Finance from St. John's University. Please join me in welcoming Vice Chancellor Sapienza.
Thanks so much. I'm really, really happy that I was invited to Denzel Chung's graduation. Way to go, Denzel. Ladies and gentlemen, honored guests and students, on behalf of Chancellor William Kelly and everyone at the City University of New York, our heartfelt congratulations to the York College class of 2014. Students, you've been so fortunate to get to this day, and everyone at the university is so proud of the hard work that you've put in to get to this day, and I'm personally proud to be here to share with you and your families today your terrific accomplishments. You should be proud, not only to be graduates of the City University of New York, but also to be graduates of a special place like York College. And one of the things that makes York College so special is the advocacy that takes place on behalf of the students here at York College. We have student advocates here at the college and from the University Student Senate like Mohammed Arshad, and let's give Mohammed another round of applause. He graduated this morning also. We have the faculty and staff who are advocating on behalf of the campus. We have elected officials like our Congressman Gregory Meeks, who's here today, who's down in Washington, advocating to protect financial aid programs like the Pell Grants. So Congressman Meeks, thank you so much for advocating for York College. But one of the best things that York College has going for it, and one of the strongest and most effective advocates that it has, is the president, Dr. Marcia Keyes, and you're all so fortunate to have her here. So let's hear it for Dr. Keyes. And graduates, if I can ask you for one more round of applause. The faculty here at York College have been your teachers and your mentors for your career here at York. So let's hear it for the York faculty. So when I knew I was coming here today, I wanted to leave the graduates with an inspirational message, but I knew that these were business and information system graduates, so I thought maybe I should leave them with a mission statement. And so I was thinking about what a good mission statement would be, or something that was inspirational, and so where to turn to but Facebook. And I found this quote on Facebook, and the author of this quote is Maya Angelou. Maya Angelou, one of the greatest poets in American history, who passed away a few days ago, and she posted this on her Facebook page in 2011. And the quote is, "My mission in life is not merely to survive, but to thrive, and to do so with some passion, some compassion, some humor, and some style." So, graduates, that's what I leave you with today. Make sure that you don't just survive, make sure that you thrive, and have some fun and style doing it. Congratulations again.
We are very pleased also to have with us today our own representative in Congress, the Honorable Gregory Meeks, U.S. Representative for the 5th Congressional District of New York. Please join me in welcoming Congressman Meeks.
To President Dr. Keyes and this great York College faculty, to all of the distinguished guests here on the dais, of course, to all of the friends, family, the parents, the spouses, the children of the ones that we're here to celebrate today, the graduates of York College for 2014. You know, this is the 44th commencement at York College. So I think it's not ironic that when I left Washington, D.C. earlier, there was another person with 44 who wanted to make sure that I extended his heartiest congratulations and how proud he is of the graduates of York College, and that is the 44th President of the United States of America, Barack H. Obama. He's so proud, as we are so proud of each and every one of you. And as we look out at you from this stage, as I think of and look at the class of 2014, I am reminded of how important your studies, your struggles, your accomplishments are to you and your families, but also to our community, to our city, state, nation, and indeed the whole world. Because as I look out at you and I listened to Dr. Keys talk about where everyone has come from, you are indeed what this place that we call the planet Earth is all about. And you make this place a much better planet. We thank you for that. And you know what? We've got to be reminded that it was not too long ago that a college degree assured a well-paying, secure, and upwardly mobile position in the workforce. Much has changed since those days. Our world is now more competitive than ever. Success is measured not just by the old adage of hard work, but by your willingness to accept new challenges, our ability to adapt to new and changing circumstances, and the desire to not only meet, but to exceed the status quo of your predecessors. As students of business, you know all too well that the only thing that is constant is change. The degrees you receive today symbolize your willingness to accept the challenge and the responsibility of leading us into the future. To be sitting here today, every one of you had to overcome doubts and difficulties. I don't know all of the stories of each and every one of you, but I do know the story of one that is sitting among you. She had to accomplish much. She had to defer her dreams, married, 3 kids, but determined and never lost the dream of getting her degree. Working hard and still struggling to make sure she studied and got her education. And today, she sits here, proud to receive her BS degree. I salute you, Sands, for your hard work, dedication, and focus. And yes, I know many of you have similar stories or different stories when I listen from all the parts of the world that you've come from. And because some of you, 4 years, 5 years, 6 years, whatever it took, you've persevered. And as fantastic as you are, you have achieved more than an undergraduate degree here at York College. You have, in fact, will receive this diploma soon that you will be putting up where everybody can see it prominently. And you have demonstrated to yourselves that you can accomplish. Let me end by saying this. You have had the ability to dream. And some dream. And when they wake up, they're still asleep. They dream, and that dream, they never go out to reach it. But you, the class of 2014, dared to dream of getting your education and decided that you were going to do something about it. You were going to take and do and make whatever sacrifices that you had to make to turn your dream into reality, and reality is here today, and you have deserved and earned everything that you've got. So I say to you, remember 3 things, because we celebrate you. Always remember who you are. Don't forget who you are. Always remember where you came from. You've come from different places. Never forget that. But always remember, as people have reminded you consistently up here, who helped get you where you are, because nobody gets anywhere by themselves. You indeed are the hopes and the dreams of your families, of people yet unborn, of the faculty, of this nation, and of the world. I have confidence that because of your determination, tomorrow is going to be better than today or yesterday. Thank you and congratulations to each and every one of you.
Thank you, Congressman Mix. Now it's my pleasure to introduce our very own Provost and Senior Vice President for Academic Affairs, Dr. Panayotis Meletias.
Good afternoon, everybody. Collectively, you, our students, devote themselves to their education and you have excelled. Each of you deserves special recognition. However, only one of you is recognized to speak for the entire class, and that is the person who earns the distinction of distinguished student. This year, the student being honored as the 2014 class distinguished student is Katerina Katz. President Keys, I present to you and the School of Business and Information Systems the class of 2014's distinguished student, Katerina Katz.
Whew. That's not easy, guys. Thank you for that wonderful introduction. Good afternoon, President Marcia Case, Robin Hayes, members of the administration, faculty, and staff, and fellow graduates. Are you here? Are you sure? I didn't hear that. Are you here? I truly feel privileged to be standing in front of you today. I would first like to briefly thank some of the people that are very special to me. Professor Clovey, Professor Kronecker, Professor Borossi, and the numerous professors that I had a chance to have a class with. They were the pillars of my knowledge. Each of you gave me guidance and lessons that went beyond the classroom, and for that, I'm thankful. More importantly, I would like to thank my husband. Can you please stand? My family is currently in Ukraine, all my parents, all my brothers in Ukraine. We are videotaping, so we will, hopefully, they will see this. My husband, who has never hesitated to give me his time, financial and emotional support. And thanks to the enormous amount of patience that he has, you know the CPA exam, you know the accounting, advanced financial accounting, cost accounting, it's an enormous amount of time, and he did it together with me. Thank you for that. Class of 2014, we made it. It has been a long and difficult journey, full of some of the best moments of our lives and some moments we hope we could forget. Unique to your college is the fact that we are a big family here. Any professor at York would be available for students after class, before class, and even on weekends. For example, we could spend hours with Professor Clovey on the phone on Sunday night talking about the corporate taxation for the CPA exam, or Professor Stern that would stay with us until 10 at night to crunch variance analysis, even though the class was over at 8:30. Any student would greet you and ask you how classes are going, or how was Pika Winter's test, or what to expect from Professor Forrester's. One of the most interesting and challenging classes, the strategic management class, the business class. Students at York never hesitated to share books, inside knowledge on some of the exams, or which professor to take to get an easy A. That seemed to be the most popular topic among the students. As we go on with our lives, it is very important to remember your college family who helped us to become who we are today. Don't hesitate to visit York in 5, 10 years to update professors on your success. Every time I would send an email to Professor Kronecker. Professor Kronecker, please, a round of applause. Every time I would send an email to her with updates, I would get a response back that I either will be getting a scholarship or I was chosen to speak at a commencement ceremony. Please stay in touch with York professors and your mentors, since you never know how they might influence or change your life. At York, we don't just graduate with a bachelor's degree. We graduate with a mission to serve. We aren't gifted for ourselves, but for others. Ultimately, nobody remembers the latest iPhone you had, but they will remember the lives you've touched. Live for a purpose. All of us are in a position to do so. Teddy Roosevelt once said, "Do what you can, with what you have, where you are." It's possible to get started today. You can start where you are not. You have to start where you are. How many people do you hear say, "I'm gonna get my grades up next semester, I'm gonna go to gym next month"? If you commit yourself too much to the long term, you will miss the opportunities that are right in front of you. Be micro-ambitious in constant pursuit of short-term goals. Don't wait around for opportunity to present itself. Too many people sleepwalk through life without purpose. Your circumstances doesn't define you. We are past the point of blaming others for our transgressions. Being here today proves that we don't have to be the product of the circumstances in our lives, but rather we can be the product of our aspirations. Class of 2014, remember, though, coming to York was just a start. We must remain steadfast, committed, and unshakable. See your goals as done. Live for a cause that you would die for, and continue to walk by the faith. Class of 2014, salute! Thank you.
Your distinguished speaker, your distinguished student, Katerina Katz, ladies and gentlemen. And we have a little token for her. It says, presented to Katerina Katz, Distinguished Student, School of Business and Information Systems, Class of 2014. Presented today, York College, 44th commencement by me, President Marcia Keyes, on May 30th, 2014. Congratulations.
What Ms. Cass didn't tell you was that she's already passed 3 parts of the CPA exam. has taken the fourth one already, even before she graduated. And we know she's going to pass that one too. Because that is what we do at your college. We pass the hard tests. Okay? I'd like to invite the provost again, Dr. Meletiers.
On Wednesday, May 28, 2014, the York College community celebrated the academic and service achievements of many of its hardworking students at the honors recognition ceremony. That evening, awards were distributed to a number of our most outstanding and deserving students, many of whom are graduating seniors with us today. Will those award recipients please rise and be recognized? No awards? Additionally, many of you are graduating with academic distinction, having earned cumulative grade point averages of 3.5 or better. You are to be commended and congratulated for your demonstrated academic excellence. Would our cum laude degree candidates having a cumulative grade point average between 3.5 and 369 please rise? Thank you. Would our magna cum laude candidates, those with a cumulative grade point average between 3.7 and 384, please rise? Please be seated. Thank you. Finally, York's highest academic honors go to those graduates who have maintained a cumulative grade point index of 385 or higher. Would our summa cum laude candidates please rise? Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in another round of applause for the School of Business and Information Systems academic achievers of the class of 2014. Thank you.
President Keyes, we come now to the recognition of our 2014 candidates for graduation from the School of Business and Information Systems. The candidates will be called forward by the deans. The candidates' names will be read by one of 3 members of the York College faculty. I'm going to ask Professors Forrester and Massimino to join me up here today. Will the School of Business and Information Systems please rise and remain standing until all graduates have returned to their seats. When your name is called, please proceed across the stage to greet the president and accept your degree. Graduates must remain in their seat until all students have greeted the president. At that point, President Keyes will confer your degrees. Thank you.
Sanya Chaudhry. Joshua Olago. Sunday Adeboye. Stephanie Chino. Daniel Hernandez. Dashani Sikadu. Gina Velez. Rane Sangar. Nadia Maharaj. Renee Gilroy. Roshni Kaur. Mohammed Khan. Rosanna Downs. LaShawn Holmes Addison. Sohani Sikado. Stephanie Figueroa. Derek Braswell. Amanda Lucas. Osmain Torre. Marlene Wells Marsh. Shamus Riemann. Gayatri Prasad. Kiran Higginson Edwards. Joseph Milius. Crystal Hazel. Gregory Yusupo. Amber Kelly. Jody Prashad. Constance Harmon. Christina Morgan. Yanjin. Anna Turner. Cedric Pierce. Ramtram Boomdram. Tracy Cook. Marie Persad. Ivan Eunice. Rameli Bernavides. Catherine Latiga. Joyce DeFrank. Katarina Katz. Sergio Bautista. Cassia Machine. Edward Bogle. Navindra Dirdan. Chamlal Arjun. Hugo Sanchez. Jabalani Blyden. Avinash Dukaran. Rolina Solaris. You ready, bro? Sorelli Belliard.
Arnado Fernandez. Sean April Ferguson. Mohammed Katuk. Karen Solis. Maya Ghanem, Imran Hossan, Jamil Delwar, Christina Acosta, Claudia Castro Maria, Camelini Dianath Catrone, George Diaz, Shane Wilkinson Hunt, Rashid Bavel, Cassandra Douglas, Bad Setsung, Nicole Harewood, Lenansky Poindranath, Selena Bodnarain, Nina Singh, Yoonhae Hong, Sadiq Mahmood, Alessandra Pena, Lisa Garcia, Jose Torres, Magdalena Ruiz, Daniel Kamicki, Abida Sultana, Rosalind Singh, Deborah Watson, Sana Malik, Kiranjit Kaur, Stephanie Chimbo, Alyssa Bangwaden, Emran Habel, Kevin Rampat, Sharon Ferrero, Anu Sayani, Ashiana Mohanty, Helen Siguenza, Melissa Seanoth, Savitri Rampersad, Erwin Salazar, Pratinder Singh, Amrital Badra, Bibi Ali, Abraham Mawis George, Ivan Igas, Kino Chichester, Joanne Jean, Crystal Abel, Julia Smith, Danielle Meeks, Caleb Lewis, Jose De Silva, Jamin McBain, Lagisha McCannis, Matthew Duncan, Christopher Atkinson, Denzel Chung, Akayla Burton, Johanna Rodriguez. Ronisha Edwards. Sands Shepherd. Sophia Gordon. Marvin Ashwood. MD Howlater. Nay Awakaba. Deandra Thompson. Obafemi Olalinka. Melanie Rahman. Nori Meshudan. James Brass. Costa Verenes. Yusman Sarwar. Akash Ramkushan. Justin Japargis. Priyanka Sharma. Whitney White. Shafrin Brown. Anna Marie Cruikshank. Ashley Hagagal. Mezzi Desravine. Michael Trowers. Philly Thomas. Tiffany Thomas. Deborah Boston. Akam Tanville Hossein. James Alexander. Ahad Mubarak. Carlo St. Jules. Robert Smith. Helen Merced. Shakira Chadwick. Janet F. Hall. Chaz Taylor. Dongmei Zhu. Moses Arias. Derek Spalding. Neskin Wechi. Nadia Mutsusami. Alethea Gooden. Alethea Gooden. Ezekiel Prasad. Safain Naguib. Anjal Hussein. Royden Jeffrey. Mohammed Salman Khan. Ashley Howell. Shakia McMillan. MD Zahan. Prapleen Kaur. Carrie Ann Beckford.
President Keys. President Keys. These undergraduate candidates of the School of Business and Information Systems have fulfilled all the requirements for awarding the baccalaureate degree in their respective disciplines, and have been recommended for graduation by the Dean of the School and the faculty of the School of Business and Information Systems. I request that you confer upon these candidates their degrees.
Thank you, because I did want to do this in a very honorable way, and so you're quiet so we can do it. This is a good thing. Upon the recommendation of the Provost and the Senior Vice President of Academic Affairs, upon the recommendation of the Dean of the School of Business and Information Systems and the faculty of your college, and by the authority vested in me through the Board of Trustees of the City University of New York, I hereby confer upon you the bachelor's degree with all rights, privileges, immunities, and honors thereunto.
Thank you, President. Now, in the tradition of the ancient custom of the Academy, you are privileged to move your tassel from the right side to the left side of your cap, symbolizing the receipt of your degree. Congratulations, class of 2014. Applaud yourselves as we all applaud you and your wonderful accomplishments. Another round of applause.
Thank you, and please be seated. At this time, I would like to ask Tracy Bowes, President of the York College Alumni Association, to come forward to greet our most recent alumni.
Dr. Keys, honored guests, family, friends, alums, it is my privilege, honor, and pleasure to welcome and congratulate the newest alumni. Come on, alumni, graduating class of 2014. You're now among the elitist club. You're an alum. Right? So as I, excuse me. I know. No, I got it. My apologies. So as I sat down and listened to different speakers, some of the things that resonate with me was advocate, responsibility, but the most important thing that kept coming back was mission statement. So I'm here to help give you a mission statement. So on that note, I ask that you stand. Stand. Yeah. Your alumni pin, please take it and pin it to the right. Yeah, you can, I'll give you permission to take it out. And I ask that you repeat after me in saying the alumni pledge. I pledge to support your college alumni in its undying commitment to excellence in education and to the preservation of my alma mater, and strive to make your college the fortress of enlightenment and the lighthouse of knowledge. As those before me have faithfully done, I pledge to use my time, my talent, to help those who come after me to realize the fulfillment of education. I further pledge to financially support of all the schools, I would have thought that you guys would have gotten it. So let's try this again. I further pledge to financially support the Alumni Association and your college, and to be an active participant in its undertaking, and to adhere to all the principles and rules as set forth in the Alumni Charter. My alums. I further ask that you join in singing your alma mater, which you can find on the last page of your program, along with another alum, Jonathan Quash.
Hail your college, proudly receive York as the star of the city university. So here we stand to pledge by your name to bring our college glory, honor, and fame. From all corners of the world, from our rich diversity, in our common quest for truth, we have formed a family. Though we may be far away, yet our hearts are ever near to the school we hold so dear. Hail your college, proudly receive York as the star of the city university. So here we stand to pledge by your name to bring our college glory, honor, and fame. Though the road was often rough, we worked hours late and long. When the going seemed too tough, we strove harder to be strong. Now we made it here at last, so we can hold our heads up high. We can spread our